Good evening, everyone. It's Sparks here, back for more FF14. Don't know what to really say. We've pretty much gotten halfway through the main scenario, and I'm looking forward to continuing it. But first, we're gonna do some role quests and see what comes next. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So first to the tank quest. Leofwin remains as elusive as ever. If she is in league with Ishgard's more unsavory elements, she could be hidden anywhere. Hey, old friend. Aw, that's a cute sticker. We have only her cryptic statement to guide us. It seems that whatever her plan is, her actions thus far have been but a prelude to its climax. We can but hope that Tentuawa awakens before she emerges again. Sparks, there you are. Oh, somebody decided to come join us. Delightful. So glad I found you. I was starting to think I was in the wrong city, but the narwhal guided me true. Oh, you must be the main Tentuawa mentioned. You hail from the same village, yes? I am Firmalbert of the Temple Knights. 'Tis an honor to meet you. Tentuawa wrote about you in his letters. I am Lozaniqui, and the honor is all mine. Is Tentuawa with you? I haven't received a letter from him for some time, so I came here to check on him myself. He got hurt in the last battle. Knocked out by the very relic that we're trying to recover. Oh, we better go check on... She must be rushing to his side. You insufferable fool! What have I always told you about rushing ahead without thinking? Now you even have the gall to be sleeping when I arrive? You promised you'd write to me. What was I supposed to do when the letters stopped coming? I was so worried. At least I can take some small comfort that he appears otherwise unharmed. I take it you're a thank for that, Sparks. Yep. He told me you were the shut-eye. Yes, that's right. For 10 years I bore his fatigue, and as a result my body is more fragile than most. But since arriving in Tuliola, my life has become normal. As I've walked the city streets and eaten my fill of its food, I felt my strength grow. Can even stay awake for a full day now. Do you know why Tentuawa sleeps so soundly? The reports of other incidents indicate that those affected awoke in a matter of moments. Yet Tentuawa shows no signs of stirring. Well, that... I'm sorry, I can't say for certain. But I do know the stories of those who came before him. More than one shut-eye has fallen into sleep much like this. One so absolute that they become deaf to the outside world. With no means to sustain their bodies, they would waste away if left alone. So our people find a mixture of herbs and other materials that help usher the shut-eye back to the waking world. What could possibly be strong enough to bring someone back from this? We call it spring dew, and the secrets of its making are passed down through generations. Each drop acts as a ray of sunshine in the darkest of sleep, a beacon for the dreamer to follow. Huh. Sounds very much like the eye drops you use in the main game. Wait, no, those cure blindness. What cures sleep in other games? Huh, can't remember now. I carry some of the ingredients on my person, but others must be gathered fresh. It won't be an easy task. I'm certain it will save Tentua. I don't know their Eorzean name, but one of the flowers blooms a striking yellow and grows only where mountain peaks soar above the clouds. Being so close to the heavens, it drinks in the sunlight, its petals cleanse the body and promote wakefulness. In the churning mist blooms a yellow flower called a dandelion. In no other place in Eorzea can one be closer to touching the sun. Good. Next we'll need the saliva of a beast we call morbles. And the thicker it is, the better. The pungent odor could wake the dead. Ah, I know them well. Morbles are not an uncommon sight in the Dravanian hinterlands. A mature specimen should suppress saliva with the desired effect. The process of gathering, however, is an unenviable task. No shit. Morbles are my most hated enemy. Just because of all the status effects they can inflict. Once we have those two ingredients, mixing them with the rest should be a simple matter. Do you think you could procure them, Sparks? Yeah, that's easy enough done. Oh, your confidence is reassuring. Since marble saliva must be the fresher of the two, I ask that you first climb into the heavens, pick dandelions for Tentuawa. Better hide the log window for now. Nearest teleportation point is Zenith. Thank goodness for teleportation. It makes things go so much faster. I would hate to have to walk here. Away. Pass by the pretty thing that we helped build. Which I do love that particular little thing that does not carry on across... Oh dear. The game lagged there a moment. Yeah, it doesn't carry on across every person's thing. It's an instanced thing and will look different from person to person. They actually probably have multiple instances of this area, and each instance reflects one form of it, and you get moved between them. That would make the most sense to me. Although it doesn't make sense for NPC movement. I honestly don't know how they do it. Sundress and shine almost golden yellow. Now for a much more gruesome task. Venture driven in hinterlands to collect saliva from the full-grown marble. Closest teleportation point is Ildishire. Ooh, we actually haven't unlocked the endgame city. Huh, usually you get to the endgame city much sooner in each expansion. Curious. Yeah, I'm trying to think of them actually, which ones you ended up visiting. Because the one in... So the one in Realm 1 was Mordona. And you visit that at about level... Well, you get to it around level 40 to 45, from what I remember. Heavensward 1 is the one we're in right now, which was around the midway point of the expansion. And Rhalgr's Reach is Stormbloods. It's again, it wasn't, we weren't even, I don't think we were even at the midpoint. I think it was about a third of the way in for Rhalgr's Reach. And Shadowbringers, it was Yulmore, which you get to, like, right near the beginning. Really. It's like part of the two choice areas you can go to. And then in Shadowbringers, it was Razad Han, which, again, about halfway through the expansion. So it's interesting, we haven't gotten to the actual endgame city yet. Alright, and now back to Mordona. Oh, my poor Chocobo. He suffered all of the side effects. That's why you move out of the way. These ones you can at least dodge relatively easy. Start mixing ingredients at once. That is, of course, assuming you brought them with you. These are difficult to acquire at the best of times, so I thank you for gathering them so quickly. So get started immediately. Ugh. We've done all we can. Now we wait for Tentuar to open his eyes. Yee. Where am I? I hope you enjoyed sleeping a days away, Tentuawa. I'm glad you're finally awake. Lozaniki, what are you doing here? She traveled all this way to find you. And that's how you say hello? I see. So Leofwin wielded the cradle against me. And while I was tucked soundly in bed, Lozaniqui came all this way. Curse my weakness. Just when we had her, just when I was needed the most, I failed. For 10 years, I endured countless trials. When time came, I couldn't even swing my damn weapon. It's not your fault, Tentua. If anyone's to blame for what's happened, it's me. No, I won't hear it. As you may know, Leofwin won our trust by posing as a scholar traveling the width and breadth of Tural. She expressed great interest in the cradle and our customs. So excited to meet an outsider that I answered her every question. I told her that the wine I keep the cradle with them at all times, and then she hatched her plan. She took me hostage to Royal Tentua. While Lozanique was sleeping, Leofwin snuck into her chamber and held a blade to her throat. No choice but to give her what she wanted, the cradle of the sleepless. I put Lozanique's life before the future of our people, so at that moment I became unfit to be their guardian. Lozanique is one of your people. Protecting her is your duty. Or was your duty. Thank you, Sparks. You know just what to say. That was the only way to see a future where none of my people can't come to harm. Especially Lozanique. Even without the crater, still our guardian. My guardian. Oh, we'll find a way through this together. Seeing you in such high spirits lifts my own. Oh, before I forget, you trounced the Leofwin's thugs while I was dreaming in the snow, but didn't you? Are you a debt I won't soon forget? I wager that debt will grow larger before we pry the treasure from Leofwin's clutches. But whatever it takes, I won't stop until she's answered for her crimes. You know, while I was sleeping, I dreamed. I saw Lozaniqui and I as children. Nothing particularly interesting happened. We just whiled the days away without a care in the world. I've forgotten what it was like to dream. It was pleasant. I remember wanting to stay there, to never open my eyes again. But of course, the moment I gave form to that thought, I opened them, and Lozaniqui was there. Even if we get the cradle back, will things return to the way they were? Will you go back to spending your life in dreams? I hope not. Suppose so. It's my duty as a shut-eye, after all. Your duty. It was your duty, too, that compelled you to come all the way here to Ishgard. But no more. What are you saying? I tried so hard to convince myself that you were glad spending so much time asleep. Being on the other side made me realize I was lying to myself all along. I want to return to a life where you and I are bound together, but always so far apart. I want to go back to those happy days when we were by each other's side. I guess what I'm saying is, if there's a different path for us, I want to find it. And I want to walk it with you. Aww. This is cute. But not yet. First, we reclaim the cradle, and when we have, we'll take our first steps towards that new future. I promise. Must confess, I haven't felt the same since I woke up. I know I was in that bed for a while, but instead of feeling refreshed, it feels weaker somehow. It's almost as if my very strength was sapped when the treasure was turned on me. Can't even grip my weapon properly. Perhaps the cradle has been sapping the ether of its targets all along. Does that mean the cradle has powers we don't know about? Not exactly. It may just mean the cradle works differently than we thought. Its wielder might not pass on their fatigue. Rather, they absorb another's vigor. The end effect would be the same. The cradle's wielder can go on without sleep. Its victim loses strength to even keep their eyes open. You never took more than you needed, so my slumber was always light enough to waken from. The treasure was used without restraint. If we've had this realization, it won't be long until the off-wind does too. And then it will be too late. We have to root her out. But I mustn't rush ahead blindly. Zollik never tires of telling me. I feel nearly weak as a child right now. I must spend what precious time we have training to regain what strength the off-wind stole from me. You have my word I won't rest until I'm in top form again. So that's as you do the same. If for no other reason than to give me some stiff competition. Yep, no problem. Alright, well, the next quest won't be available until level 98, I imagine. Yep. So, let's see. I think I still need to do the Viper one. I got some upgrades, some of my gear, so I'm just swapping things around. There we go. Okay, now let's see. Journal. Complete role quests. Alright, so got level 96 of that one done. 96 of that one. We need to go and do the melee DPS one, which is in Kugane. That's it. So back to Kugane. The fact we're already level 97 and we haven't even gotten to the level 97 role quest, not role quest, the level 97 dungeon yet. I don't think we've even done the level 95 trial. Oh, there's so much to do. If there even is a level 95 trial, there might not be. Usually there is, but there's no guarantee of anything like that. Do. Sparks, I'm so relieved to see you. I thought you might resent me for lying to you, but that you might refuse to lend me your help again. I'd certainly be hard-pressed to reclaim the cocoon alone in this foreign land. Truly meant what I said before. I'm counting on you. Though I'm ashamed to admit it, when I first arrived here, I was nearly swindled out of an heirloom by a talking catfish. That explains why you keep almost hitting them. I've been scouring the city for a shop to pawn my choker so I could secure room and board, you see. When the catfish approached me, claiming he'd buy the necklace for a fair price, offered me a handful of coins that glittered like gold. I'll accept the offer when Itoka appeared. In mere moments, she discerned the catfish's currency was counterfeit and ended the transaction then and there. She dragged me to the markets afterwards and pawned her own necklace to secure lodgings for the both of us. From the moment she arrived, Itoka took care of everything. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do anything on my own. I'm reckless and impulsive, and I'm just really glad to have you by my side. Person. It's been some time, my friends. Pray, forgive my sudden visit, but I come bearing urgent tidings. Ah, we spoke with you at the House of the Fierce. What brings you all this way? I was able to make contact with Samadare. I told him I was willing to make amends and join my oldest friend in exposing the lies in people's hearts. He responded most eagerly and bade me meet him in secret. Wait, really? Did he say where? Aye, Hell's Lid. I had a mind to lay an ambush for him, but not knowing the extent of the power he wields, I thought it best to seek help. And so I come here to beg your aid, Sparks. Your strength and valor are unequaled, and we cannot apprehend Samadare without you. We may never get another chance to catch him aware like this. There's no time to lose. Wait, forgive me for speaking plain, Huntress, but I fear we would only be a hindrance to Sparks when the fighting begins. Let's go to Hell's Lid by skiff and meet him after the villain is subdued. I take your point. You're right. Without us there to distract him, Sparks can focus wholeheartedly on the battle. Sorry, would you mind going alone? We'll be there as soon as we can. This is not actually him. It's Samadare himself. Like, literally, anytime somebody approaches us while you're actively seeking a shapeshifter and have the means to identify him. Wait. It would be better for me, because of where Hell's Lid is, if I use Ethernet shards to shard. Brain, why do you do this to me? Ugh. Anyways, going to the Ruby Sea. And then going to Hell's Lid. You see no sign of Samadare. Perhaps his lair is further ahead. We're walking into a trap. Very much a trap. Yep. I feel an unsettling presence. Samadera's gonna show up, probably holding our friend hostage, telling us not to chase him, or some other such tomfoolery. Do, but await your companion's arrival. Hey, you alright? I came as soon as... Oh, is the battle over already? Where's Samadera? I was ambushed by a group of red Kojin. What? So this was a trap? Wait, over there. Ah. Good call, tackling him like that. Oh, thank goodness I made it. After all that time I spent in that old Kojin shell, convincing his underlings to attack you, Blade was mere ilms for the skin of your back. Alas, taking a plan gone to waste. It seems I underestimated your strength and the failed huntress's tenacity. Dare say I'm outmatched, and no common beast I might mimic can stand against you. Must contemplate your deaths with more care, more rigor. Look forward to our next meeting. And he's fleeing again. Forgive me. Needed to catch my breath. Samadera's friend was the villain himself. As soon as the skiff made it to the open sea, he threw me overboard. Damn near had to swim like a fish to make it here in time. He's made me into a fool again. He waylaid me before using a similar ruse. Time I figured out what was what, Itoko's already... I always wondered how a craven like Samadera was able to kill her. A Gray's hunter. Now I know. Don't blame yourself. When Itoka felt the blade in her back, turned to see the face of her killer. She saw me. I'm glad I was able to prevent history from repeating itself. I want to lose you too. We should return to Kugane. Samadera may have planted more than one trap for us here. I'm not even surprised at this point that Samadera is like that. I feared the worst as I rushed to reach you. Oh dear. The lone Samadera was inside, charged without thinking, which in retrospect was probably for the best. I had tried to shoot him from afar with my bow, I might have missed, or worse yet, hit you instead. In any case, I'm just relieved you're safe. I promise to be more wary from now on, particularly of familiar faces. They hardly need saying, but remember to keep your guard up as well. For now, I'll resume my efforts to gather information about Samadir's whereabouts. You'll be the first to know once I have a lead. Alright, well. Back to the main story. And we're gonna get to the level needed to do a lot of other things soon. We're so over-leveled for the main story. I started to level up another class in my free time in the hopes of having an alternate option if I do manage to max out the level of the other classes too quickly. That's fine. We just need to focus on catching up with the story. And the first step of that is to cross this bridge. And really, I need new trousers and boots. Ones that actually go with the shirt that I picked up. This gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. Here's my permit. Signed by Val Wuklamot herself. My apologies, sir. If you would wait here just a moment. I love how that's her official title, Val. I also love the design of their outfits. Oh, here we go. Another new area. Wow. It's beautiful. It's like they
Shall we then?
blended the Golden Gate Bridge with Incan architecture. I mean, look at that thing. God damn. I hope we get to actually walk along it. I don't want to just teleport to the other side. Please let me walk across the bridge. It won't be a big deal if we can't, but I want to. Yeah, of course, just teleport us to the other side. Where? Ah, well, here we are. New area.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides.
So now we're in
Shatona.
Texas. Oh,
A harsh guide, to
I
be
love
sure,
that. Okay.
with its blazing rays scorching
So-
the land and hardening its inhabitants.
the area we were just in took a lot of
Sweeping
inspiration
change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its
from
red crust,
Central America
vast deposits of
and
cerulean
South
were
America.
discovered. Embracing this opportunity,
And this area is
Val
now-
Kona supporters hurtle on, driven
We're
by
now in
dreams
North
of a
America.
future illuminated by blue flame.
Wow.
It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
I mean, that is just straight up an old west town. Yet I can't help but love it.
My home, Yasolani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a
Okay.
long journey, but the railroad should make it easier.
Cool.
As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Buffalo. We have the FF-14 Buffalo. Nice. They're cute. I want one. Just like how I want an alpaca. We'll explore this area properly after we get to the teleporter. Short on Ronique? Afraid so. If one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. Aww. Ronique have been acting strangely of late. More easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for rent has proven bothersome work. Oh, what's wrong with them? They're cute little things. I want to help them. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station is far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronique that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife have shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, so you both and Ronique for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. Actually, I may be a little concerned for the Ronique, or whatever gets us there. But the Ronique! Yeah, I'm more interested in the Ronique. I want to ride one. This is your first time in Shalona. I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame not to ride one at least once while you're here. Exactly! A fair point. If we were to give you the authentic Shalona experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. Alright, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time while waiting. Take it you're heading to then. I'll have a man bring the Ronique over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and trollmakers, eh? Yep, we get to go visit the Old West town. Honestly, I knew that this area of FF14, this entire continent, was going to be inspired by the Americas, just from the fact that this is the homeland of blue mages, which had previously shown to have a very Native American vibe to them. So, I am actually pleased to see that they stuck to their guns on that and just rolled with it. They really didn't have to. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. May grab myself a snack and a drink soon-ish.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Apparently, yeah.
Hey!
Now hold on a minute.
Ooh, trouble. Of course.
Some sort of trouble.
I love how we're seeing a lot more gun users as well. Somebody has the same haircut as I, Bass. How dare they? Nobody's allowed to share my haircuts.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Aww.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny?
He arrested thieves. So this is the town sheriff,
They
and
will
he
not
arrested
be released
thieves.
until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Yep.
Still kicking up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teeth?
I love this them.
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekoa. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch.
Dust Watch is
Now
what
run
they're calling
along
the patrollers.
and think before you
sheriffs.
cast aspersions next time.
Oh, wow.
Lest you hurt my feelings.
Okay, this guy is giving off corrupt cop vibes. Anyone else get that vibe? No? Just me? Ah, well, we'll see.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
Don't draw your gun. Don't do it.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Oh, hey, Estinian. It's been a while.
Is that?
Yeah.
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey!
What's
What
going
are you doing, Zekoa? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over!
Well,
You
that
hear
shit,
me?
That's how you pronounce it. Okay. Also, apparently cactors are a thing in this
You wanna
land.
tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekoa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my
God damn it.
rounds.
Must this expansion keep giving me characters that have dad voices? That older Makote definitely has a dad voice.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd.
Eh,
Talk is rife, there's
good
a
to
new
see
dawn
him in
servant.
casual clothes.
Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Yep.
Aye. The contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural. What brings you north?
Good question.
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Of course. How very like you. I love him.
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future.
Provided you're not dumb with your money again.
But for now, I shall be moving on.
Travel with us for a
By the
bit.
way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
Okay.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Apparently they do now. Okay. Well, before I continue, I'm just gonna quickly... I see a viewpoint. I'm gonna find my way to that. But first... sync to that. Feed my chocobo to resummon it. I should think about its barding. Which one I actually want to have it use. 'Cause the one I have right now equipped is just one that came with like a part of the story. I'll leave it. The game's lagging a little, which is mildly annoying. No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dust Watch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. The people of Shiloh rarely saw eye to eye. For better or worse, the simplest way to settle differences, since most would sooner not risk their lives. Though it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace be enforced through the formal rule of law. Reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now will be lost under Zoro Olja's authority. All of which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. That's fair. I'm gonna go ahead and eat something now. Let's see what we've got. This one. Alright, let's take the next story quest. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronique by now. I'll go on ahead to check. If you still want to have a look around, be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Cool, I'm gonna go ahead and explore. First, the gemstone trader. Look for and carry a rare bauble. Cool, something for gemstones. Let's see what the battlecraft stuff is like for here. It's just some 6.3 stuff, which makes it worse than... Well, it makes it equal to what I have equipped, but because it's not the augmented stuff. Yeah. Welcome, friend. This here's where we look after the town's Ronique. But I'm guessing you already knew that. I take it your being here means you've taken interest in these gentle giants? Yeah, they're adorable. We use them for moving wagons, people, just about anything. Everything, really. I don't know what we'd do without them. Say, how would you like to feed one of them? No need to be shy. Take this and try giving it to the one right here. Poor thing was sick. Put it on the men. We could do with a little food. Oh, we get to feed one. And pet it. Oh. Oh. He wags his tail as it leans into your hand. It seems to have taken a liking to you. Oh. Have your food, little friend. And he turns its head. Seems to have no interest in your feet. Oh. It's not hungry. It's not gonna matter. It's not hungry. Won't eat? Well, that's no good. They need to if they're going to get better. When all else fails, Ronique never turned down a generous helping of corn. I gave a bag in the cart there for just such occasion. See if you want to take a bite. So we need to go get some corn. So they won't take the hay, but maybe they'll eat some corn. Corn! Have your corn. The corn servant would be delighted. Oh yes, eyes light up as it happily munches on the corn. Aww. I see they've rediscovered their appetite. Good. Already do so much for us. It's only right we keep them healthy and happy. Sarah in particular regard the Ronique with great reverence. They call the beast Netheto, meaning leader of souls, and the head sorrow tongue. They look to the Ronique for guidance in a great many things. They even migrate together. Around this time of year, you're like to find them around Lake Tauri. If you'd like to learn more about Ronique, you could do worse than pay them a visit. And apparently... Okay, these are fruit-bearing cacti. It's not a bad idea to cultivate them when it's like this. Can't say I've seen you before. Traveler passing through, I take it? Before you set off, would you be willing to lend me a hand? It's a simple thing, really. Just a small delivery of nopales and tuna. Take these to Nikawa 10th at the saloon. Sign at the Ronique stables. When your fish come back here, I'll see if we can put together a little skip for your trouble. Okay. So we get to visit the saloon. Welcome, Fred. If you're looking to wet your whistle, I've got just the thing. Why, this is the Nobles and Tuna I ordered. I certainly wasn't expecting you to be the one to deliver it. If you've never tried them, I highly recommend it. Removing the needles can be something of a hassle, but nopales can be used for all sorts of cooking. The tuna can be used for desserts if you peel them, or squeezed to make juice. I'm guessing this kind of tuna is not the fish. Around here, are you? Maybe folks won't take notice I sent a stranger instead. Getting ahead of myself. The package I need delivered here to the saloon. I'm not gonna say mine, but I need to keep it safe from curious hands and prying eyes. Willing to help a desperate soul in need? Make for Dawntrail trailhead. A merchant should be there waiting, hopefully somewhere out of sight. Now what am I supposed to do? Say you strike, or rather imposing if you can ask a favor. A few of our regulars have gone a little too deep in their cups, and all their commotion is starting to turn away customers. They refuse to leave, and there's not much more I can do without stirring up trouble. Someone as irritating as you, on the other hand, could get away with a great deal. Like I'd wager you could douse them with water, and they'd sooner go home than lift a finger against you. It's well not far from here, if you'd be willing to try and sober them up. Yeah, sure. I don't mind doing that. Throw water in some drunk's face so that they can sober up? Yeah, sounds fun. Hey, do you know what time it is? I suppose it doesn't matter. Oh, sorry. I was looking at a message. Oh, my friends are silly. What was that for? Damn, now I need to go and get changed. Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna go get another one. Hello, person. Take this! Poke me with a roaring sword, that's cold. What are you trying to do, drown me? I'm tough, I'm going home. Last one must be upstairs. Hey, go home. What are you... Oh, I was just getting warmed up. What time is it? The boss will kill me if I'm late again. There, we dealt with the drunks. Saw the whole thing, thank you so much. They can get carried away sometimes after a few drinks, but they're good folk. Marines and road workers, the lot of them. As are most of the people who pass through here. After a long grueling day, they'll often stop by and unwind for a good spell. It's only when they get a little too comfortable that it starts to become a problem. Problem for another day, thanks to you. No, it's not much, but I'd like you to have this. After all your help is the least I can offer. Yeah, a few gil is a few gil. Alright, and now the last two quests are both closer to the start of the area. Off we go. Let's see what we've got. One of these is us delivering something. The other is us picking up something. Gods, am I thirsty. For me, from the sapatender farmer, his timing is impeccable as always. Water-laden as they are, milk pails and tuna can be lifesavers when traveling about the wilds. Lucky for me, they make a great feed for the Ronique as well. My thanks for the delivery, sir. No problem. I want to explore this area a bit more as well. Let's just check where the ether compass says the next one. Far to the northeast, it says. Something you need. Sent you, did he? All this trouble and he couldn't be asked to pick it up himself. Well, it's his money and a rather hefty sum at that. Ordered this beauty all the way from Okapacha. You'd be understandably cross where anything could happen to that crate, so do be careful. Oh, don't tell me. Yep. It's a transport mission. And we only get about 2 minutes to complete it. So it better be fast. One still must have been almost a minute now. Almost there. Ah! New. Wait, where are we going? Ah! Pack is safely in tow. We're glad to hear you got in one piece. Yes. Hi. Some then, good. Can't tell anyone, but that pack is a bottle of premium Pelu Pelu Mezcal. You can find Mezcal plenty in Shaktoral, and I personally never thought much of the stuff. The Pelu Pelu changed things, that is. Story goes that Pelu Pelu merchant visited one of their distilleries and complained about the poor quality of their wares. Got by the insult, the owner was fit to throw them out. Then they tried the merchant's mezcal. It wasn't long before the Pelu Pelu way of stilling was adopted and refined. Me, it was love at first sip. If anyone were to see me here with a bottle, it'd be empty before I could pour myself a glass. Thanks to you, I'll be relaxing this evening with my favorite drink. Here, a little something for your trouble. I will take the thing that gives me money. Speaking of which, I have a bunch of them that I should probably trade in. Hello. Your empty hands tell me you finished making deliveries. And what did you think? Seeing the relation for delivery of fresh sapatender pique your interest? Did it work up your appetite? You'll rarely find it eaten anywhere outside of the wilds, but someday I hope to share the joys of sapatender cuisine with all of Torel. No, the world! Far-fetched dream, perhaps, but so long as travelers like yourself happen to be passing through, there's one more person I can reach. The next time your stomach growls with hunger, I hope you'll consider answering the fresh step tender. Why not? I'm not above the idea of eating cacti. Well, we've already synced with this thing, so we can teleport back here whenever. The important part now is going to explore. Let's go a little bit south so we don't get that bit of the map missed. Tumbleclaw. I love it. I love that that's what it's called. Oh. And let's just take a look, actually. Let's see what it's like for this area. Shaloni has 10. They're all gonna have 10 that are got via standard exploration, and 5 that are gotten via quests, with 1 being for the main scenario of the area. Alright, I think we're close. It's just a little bit further northeast. So we probably can see it around this corner. Yep, there it is. Now, the next one is to the west. It says 400 west, so we'll just head straight to the west. That's 2 that I've gotten so far. I just need to keep track of it so I know when to stop. Yeah. So 2 down, 7 to go. Now this is one area, I think. This is one of those parts of the game where it's split in 2. So we should be able to get all 10 northwest now. Should be able to see it soon. Still a little bit further northwest. I can see it now. Question is, how do we get up there? Oh, just jump. This looks like a tree stump, but it's actually a rock formation. Northwest. Okay. We are going to stick to going the direction that it points us in. So right now it's saying to the west. I'll explore the entire map eventually. Northwest. West. There, I see it. Ooh, train station. Nice. Looks like it's actually a train yard. Right, now the next one is to the southwest of us. Oh, I love seeing the ceruleum as well. Oh, we may very well come across the homeland of blue mages. That'd be cool if we actually run into that. It's one of those locations that eventually we're gonna have to visit as part of the Blue Mage quest line. Alright, how are we at? Where are we at? I lost track again. Halfway there. Well, we've just wandered into village. I'm just gonna stop off and sink to the Aetheryte here. And then head off northwest. The way we're exploring this map is weird, but necessary. I'm sure we'll end up exploring the entire map eventually. Wide, sprawling Texan plains. It's just so amusing to me whenever anything in FF14 is really, really similar to the real world. Like how Garlemald's architecture is very similar to just modern cities. Which I know is the entire point of the Garlemald vibe, is that they're meant to be a lot more advanced than any other culture. But it doesn't make it any less amusing that their cities are just practically identical to our modern ones. Alright, don't want to use that mount. I don't mind Midgard Summer. He at least has an animation for when he's on the ground that doesn't look ridiculous. Anyway. Leave me alone, enemy. All the enemies in this area are still below my level. I don't know if there's actually gonna be a level 95 trial. We haven't encountered one. So it's entirely possible that there won't be one. That the trials aren't gonna be structured like previous expansions. There it is. Which is fine. Doesn't bother me at all. Just a little odd. Again with that one. Stop it. Give me something else. Unicorn is fine. People can freak out over the horned horse instead of being distracted by the flying vehicle that's scooting along the ground. Alright, this is actually a mount you can only get if you choose to unlock White Mage. Or at least level up that the class that becomes White Mage to at least 30. I don't think any other class actually has a class-specific mount. Which is fascinating when you actually think about it. Alright, it's west now. Which means it's somewhere in that area, which looks to be underground somehow. Yep, it's an underground tunnel. Yay. Oh, not even a tunnel, it's a canyon. Or it eventually becomes a canyon. I don't know what I'm in right now. All I know is it's somewhere that has an ether current and a person who may or may not be story important. I'm gonna talk to him. Folk have plenty of theories about what these images mean. Some think they're a record of what our ancestors saw in their day-to-day lives. Might depict another world entirely. All I know is that my wife used to love coming here. Look at them. That's the only thing that matters to me. Okay. Some sad guy. Another one that looks ridiculous when it's not able to fly properly. Okay, the next one is really far to the northeast. So I am going to explore around this southern area. Make sure that I get this entire map before I'm getting turned around in a cave. Wait, how many do we have now? Ah, only 2 left. Interesting. And the nearest one is very far north. So let's first finish exploring the local area. And I'm going to go ahead and continue with the main scenario. So I don't have to teleport back here. Is that thing still chasing me? Can it not? Or is this the song that goes with my vehicle? No, this is the mount song. It got interrupted and then it resumed. Or not. It doesn't get interrupted by getting attacked. Ah well. This land has T-Rexes. Don't know how to feel about that. The fact that they just have casually just have T-Rexes roaming around. This is a strange place. And yet I love it. Alright, let's continue with the main scenario and see what happens. It'll probably take us on a path to either that location where we can get repairs, or it'll take us over to the next thing. The friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a risk of rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronique. Which is why I have to ask, because you stop at Cheshinwizzy Spring. That's fine, of course. Why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Kamaka and his fellows are doing what they can. They reckon the bands are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. You'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Ready then, saddle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so won't bother giving you directions. Yeah, it looks like he'll take us straight through the area that I haven't passed through. The first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. It won't toss me. I continue to be struck by how much it has changed. That town we visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Napolitanders. Not just for the water in their stems, mind, their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. Fair. Whoa, okay. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it is brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wander too close. Well then. The Wallachie, meanwhile, show great reverence to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. Good thing for these Roranique. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Roranique. It is what it is. Now then. This is Shenezwazi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shiona. People travel here from all over, hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Satawa was surprising enough. No less impressive. She did a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iwata is her name. If she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin, and she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let's see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. No, it doesn't. Blue hair does not make it easy to spot anyone in an anime-esque game. Like, seriously. It's such a... It's a color that's pretty common, actually, in this game. Technically speaking, my character has blue tips to some of his hair. Yes, it's mainly white, but there is some blue in there. Alright, well, we've explored everything this direction. It's all the way to the northeast. So... hopefully that's where the train goes. But I guess we'll find out. It wouldn't make sense for us to leave this part of the map so soon after arriving. Alright, blue-haired person. There we go, blue-haired Chitona. Closer to white than blue, but okay. Yes, I'm Iate, and who might you be? He is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Ellen Aaronville, yes. Did you just let us know your real name already? Man grown. Such a darling little thing as a child. No, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Iate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Hello. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown on the Elena ship. Is that what they call you here? Game, stop lagging. Alright, alright. I was born Ella Shipia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. That's fair, Aaronville. Homecoming. You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping ground a visit myself. It would be good to see Kachia again. She's the finest archer I know. Linship's mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Ayate, even among the Shitona. Oh, I couldn't compare it to Kaichiko, but her skill in arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Glu Jaja's traveling companions, after all. Yeah. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire in her. Even after Eliship was born, she often left him in my care, so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Wait, this is actual mother we're reading. Oh, how would you cry and beg her to take you along? It must have been hard on you. Yate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fantasy, a ploy to goad me to experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. Yep, we sure did. You found it? As part of the right succession, I assumed everyone had heard. It's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And they gonna bombard me with questions, no doubt. Oh, fair. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to get you. Help! I need help! Somebody's in trouble. What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. Off we go. Wonder what kind of trouble is happening. Bandits? Random bullshit? What's happened? Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba, 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 ba. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. This is Namaka, Buklamat's nursemaid. Aaronville Sparks. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Oh, that's just rude. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on. Did he say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? This ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. And off she goes. Great. We're gonna have to chase after her. I'm going after Nemika. This lot I leave to you. Cocky bastard, I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Oh, I am going to personally, and I'm going to enjoy this so much. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. They really think fighting me is a good idea. That sucks to be them. Alright, time to go give chase. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. So they stole something from you? A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Mook Lamont. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. What brings you all this way? With Rye's succession ended and Mook Lamont crowned the next Dawn servant, she is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Ursulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve. And now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name, if only they had left me that bracelet. Yeah, they're gonna get punched in the face. I would ask that you what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock him senseless is what Mook Lamont would want. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Please. I've saved the world. A few bandits are nothing, I can assure you. No harm will come to us. So I can make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Mook Lamont put so much faith in you, but... Before anything else, let's see her back to Shishinenzu Spring. She'll be safer in town, and with Iat there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Yep, thank you, both of you. Arenville told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Mimika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bandits wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. At least she's safe, I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. Well, I have nothing but contempt for these bandits. As this involves a gift from Mook Lamont, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. Doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to Dustwatch. Well, now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong. Are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. Save the star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late, there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tonetenawa to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that cerulean extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking up the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits. Not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So if you're investigating the place, I can let the Dustwatch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain, if you have no objections. Alright then, let's be off. What level of the quest we're doing right now? 95. Just checking, because, you know. We're getting to the stage at which, we should really have encountered Trial. Greetings to you. I can tell you ain't from around these parts, which is just dandy. You're from across the ocean, am I right? Not too far from the birthplace of cerulean technology, I'm guessing. Just so happens I got a little job needs taken care of, and you're the prime candidate. So you've got plenty of equipment that either extracts or runs on cerulean, but most of it was only built a few years ago. Compared to folks around here, I bet someone who grew up around the machines like these could spot all kinds of flaws in one. Think you can take a look? I mean, yeah, probably. Dairy plumbers functioning correctly at present will probably deteriorate in a few years. Excess cerulean gas is expelled at regular intervals. This apparatus is working as intended. Large wooden barrels are used to transport the cerulean. Although these containers are secure enough, their immense size and weight are likely to cause problems. Yep. Basically, use smaller things to transport it, is what we're going to say. So, how'd the inspector go? Don't go pulling any punches now. A few years. Yeah, that's probably the most important. You're right, the barrels are much too heavy. We use raw meat to transport the refined cerulean, but the lighter the barrels, the less of a strain it'll be on our animals. The derrick pump will probably need repairing in a few years. I hear you. Pretty much any of the moving parts are bound to undergo stress and strain. Even if they look fine now, there's still a high chance of breakage in the future. That's a relief. Considering how difficult they were to build, I'm glad they won't need repairing for a while. In any case, I'm glad I asked for your help. And all I gotta do is put your advice into action. Hate to admit it, but we still got to learn about maintaining and improving our equipment. Still, thanks to you, we're another step closer to filling our potential. Don't be a stranger, you hear? That's not a problem. Alright, another quest, side quest, and on to the main story. Where's a hunter when you need one? Hi! Oh, hey there. Say, you seem like the wild critter wrangling type. What do you say to a little honest work? See, down by the cerulean pits, we've got ourselves something of an infestation. Cerulean balls, to be precise. Now, with them being the flame-spewing exploder at the drop of a hat, sons of salamanders that they are, if even one got into our fuel supply, this whole place would be blown sky high. Though recently, I've always had a hunter friend of mine keep their numbers down, but he's temporarily incapacitated. I was thinking you could take his place. If so, there's a whole bunch of them a little ways south from here. Good hunting. I think I saw these things. They're blue. Blue bombs. Yeah, we'll go up there and get that later. I want to focus on... Well, first this quest and then the story one, seeing as they're in roughly the same direction. Also... Okay, let's see what we got. Any more? Woo! We win. Any more? Yep, a few more. Oh, they're about to go boom. Haha. And that's that. On to the main story. We're probably gonna go for another 2 to 3 hours with this. See how far we can get in the main scenario. If we unlock the next duty, I'll be happy. Although, it does slightly bother me that we haven't unlocked the next raid yet. Or, not next raid, trial. Because... Oh, wait. The previous expansion actually didn't have another trial until level 89. So there's no consistency regarding the level that we get trials. Okay, that's fair, then. I shouldn't worry, then. But we'll get the next dungeon in about 2 levels, probably. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Really? Why did I have to wear bondage gear? They made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Death Watch not have noticed by now? Question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. Let's see a man who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If we'll go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Once we go and look around while avoiding detection. Delightful. It should be easy enough. Though if I was playing as a ninja, it would be even easier. Nice you here, you can safely eavesdrop on any inside. It's not going to be in the first one we look at. As you begin to listen, you begin to pick out voices in a muffled chatter. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got a boss who can keep a dust watch off our backs, huh? What should you say? The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who would ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? I mean, you could find an alpaca that shits gold. That's not beyond the realm of possibility. Seriously? We just ran through them and they didn't even notice. Last but not least, you here, you can safely eavesdrop on any inside. Alright, what do they have to say? The other voice rings out through the wall. I think we found them. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you stealing little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture, most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Just a little bit of sneaking. Hey, Aaronville. I see you're not the bandits will notice here. You can safely eavesdrop on the inside. The one we're right beside is also right beside Aaronville, so it's probably the right one. As you listen, you hear someone entering the room on the other side. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? But it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot! How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please, please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here, your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. I think we found them. Finish, are you? Let's retreat for now. So we're able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. You say they gave the bracelet to him? Seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zekoa. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? As you say, they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture. Their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving that bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement southeast of here. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. Ba 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 ba. Okay. I am feeling a bit thirsty. I'm gonna go into a be right back a moment while I grab a drink. Not turning off my mic yet. I'm only going a little bit over. At some point in the future, if I have a streaming setup in a room that isn't this close to the kitchen, I'm gonna need to have, I'm gonna need to get like a mini fridge. A little drawer thing to store snacks in. All done? How many were there? Are you kidding? Must invite every damn bomb and his cousin to join the party. Sounds like you got there just in time. Of course, calling them the old-fashioned way is risky work. It ain't easy finding someone with necessary skills. Guess we better come up with a better plan to keep them at bay. In case you've done us all a good turn, friend. I just knew I'd picked the right guy for the job. Different mount. Hello, Arendelle. We'll retrieve the bracelet without conflict. We won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yahek, dragon-like creatures that live to the south here. How will they help us? It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. Wow. With a few ingredients and a sample of... Jesus! We then lure them into the bandit's hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friend, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. We must ask as you collect the extra. While you see that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. Before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It was simply easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. God damn it. This is the second time this expansion has had my character had to handle feces. Did the writers of this expansion just decide, you know what we haven't done throughout the rest of these games had a good poop joke. And then I decided to throw them all in here. Pterodactyls. Okay, so we have just straight up traveled to the land of dinosaurs now. The area receives 09 of their droppings. Ugh. Gross. Trying to avoid getting into a fight while we... God damn it! Yeah, droppings, just scoop them into your pouch. Where? Ooh, okay. We're almost there. Finished already, are we? Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with temple fibers, dried enough palate tender roots, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tannery. Oh dear. I need to start keeping in a stock of other drinks besides Fizzy Pop. Guess we'll see what the new place will be like with regards to my fridge and such. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I'll keep watch them here. The attack... Toss it into the bonfire in the middle of town. Okay. Over we go. There's our destination. Just avoiding getting too close to any enemies. Too far away. that smell? Oh, that reeks. They're called daybreakers. What'd you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain the ungodly stench? I knew it. I knew he was shady. There's the pretty bracelet. He has it on him. That's annoying, but I'll enjoy personally showing him my blades. Boss, over there! Huh? What in the world? Pterodactyls incoming. Hoary pterodactyls at that. Ah! Run for your lives! And so the smokes what drew them here. So we'll find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. What's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight, we'll be back for you. Gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. Shh, they'll hear you. Too late. Hi. Shit, who was that? I'll give chase. You get him out. Are you gonna help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. We know who has it. That's all that matters. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone with the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you, eventually. Really? I didn't even know who you are. Secret admirers of mine or something? No, enemies of the vulture. I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer who you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. I reckon he's headed there now, too. We could go together. I've got a score to sell with him myself. I don't doubt that you do. We need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Tonatena, yeah, they're called the Daybreakers. It was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. Oh, modern day Robin Hood. That's nice. Well, not modern. Fantasy Robin Hood, I guess. Again, Robin Hood is part of fantasy. Huh. What do I call you? That was 3 years ago. Whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. With a duel. I see, by the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. But then the Dust Watch became a thing. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. When they showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreaker is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats prey on the people it was created to protect. Well then, we're gonna have to fix that. I talked it over with my friends, Quicana and Louis, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. Except it, I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with a Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail a price no one could ever hope to pay. Them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was, until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. Took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. Said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture, then? Not the captain. No, not all of them. The sheriff, Kamaka. He's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? If he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover the Mika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Shenawezi Springs. That's fair. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. I will be honest that this part of the story does feel like a little bit of a detour that was like designed to be sort of a bit of filler content before we got back to the main scenario. Just to let us chill out a little bit after the intense one after another that was every bit of the main scenario for this expansion so far. It is good, I guess, to have a little bit of a break between part 1 and part 2 of the story. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. And we leveled up Viper. Well, I don't like the idea of leveling up too quickly, so... Summoner will be the one that continues. Well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky. I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Toliolo, where they're sold off. Said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. Wasn't sure what to make of you after... I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Oh, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're gonna catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. Using that will expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Ortiz carried a bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. And won't he simply feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels, and the old laws. Deputy Chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. Wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws. What do you think? As long as we get the bracelet back. That bracelet is really important to you, huh? Don't worry, I'll see to it you get it back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Tonatoy, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to... Once you got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. Actually, for the sake of blending in a little, let's go with Machinist. I'm gonna class the glamour on the head bit, because I doesn't go with the rest of our outfits. Also not a fan of the current pistol. That's better. Got my pretty pistol back. Or likely that's Shatona's doing. What's his angle? And then there's the brat. Past time I dealt with him. Oblivious to their presence. Perhaps a gentle poke will get his attention. Excuse me. Oh, what's this? Ah, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you need a dust watch, sir? What? Zakawa tried to rob you? But you apprehended him? I see, so desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, sir. My trouble you take me to him. Now accompany him, keep him by your side in order to complete. I should ask him about the spring. Now that this is an appropriate time for me to play your tour guide, but you insist. Shesha's Spring is home to a thriving cerulean mining industry. Prospect of easy coins attracted some undesirables, though. Good to keep him distracted. Peloton. Is this the place? I don't see him. Just a little further. Say, very well, lead on. I do wish that sprint was usable outside of combat indefinitely. It just would make a lot more sense, really. Ask about the cerulean fields. There's gold in these fields, blue gold. Best be wary of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on ceruleum. For you, I'd reckon they'd make an exception. Don't know why it's going over here, the destination, but okay. Is this the place then? Sorry, I'm still learning my way around. This is our joke of all the... Let's keep moving. Oh, I love it. We're leaving him on a wild chase. God damn, that bridge is beautiful. This better be the place. Ah, now I remember. He's wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. Oh, did he just threaten me? Oh, good sir. You have no idea how much I would love to shoot you personally. I don't appreciate corruption. Any form of corruption. Oh look, cacti. Ask about the Nopilan. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw meals than I'll cut the chit-chat. Oh, we are frustrating him to no end, and I love it. Alright, where is he? Just over there in that town. I don't see him anywhere. Where is Zakawa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it. I had it with these games. I've had it with you. Well, you're looking for me? If you want placing under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You're begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you. Oh. Ah, foolish, foolish, foolish man. Do do do.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw.
Yep.
You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Oof. Ooh, well done.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shisenuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
God damn it. Seriously. Why did they have to give him
As
that
fortune
voice?
would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
Yeah.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Yep.
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
Uh-huh. Turn out your pockets, mate. You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Wahoote?
Good question. Ah.
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only because I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
Are you seriously trying to do that with one of Wuklamat's retinue?
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Yep.
Wahoote, I challenge you to a duel.
Oh.
The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
You better be as good as you claim to be.
have at it. Let your pistols do the talking.
These are hardly
Please.
pistols.
Do you honestly
There must-
believe you can goad me into playing your game?
Like, they're
You
way too big to be
refuse,
classed as
then?
pistols.
A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
Oh, wow.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Yep, and you're gonna be the one that loses.
Come on, Zekawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
God damn it, again! Seriously. That voice, that face. Why? Why must they do this to me? Oh my goodness. That's it. There's the bracelet.
Oh, you little shit!
He wins.
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
That's his superior. Yee. Solving crime sprees.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up.
Nah, he's not
But
going.
please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go,
Ha! Well done. Drew first,
as are your friends.
but he got the first shot in.
You're not such a bad guy after all.
Of course he's not.
Just a man of the wilds, like you.
God damn it. Who voices you? I must know. Because goddamn, they give him a proper.
To think that Wihute had
Old
taken
West
control of
voice.
the Daybreakers. It pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow.
Good.
What about you, Zekawa? What do you intend to do now?
Why? What I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuk gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yep, it sure was. Better
Yes.
return it.
A person very dear to her.
It's beautiful as well. I can understand why she wanted it so much.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
I always call him by his name. It's not as cool as his pseudonym. That ended up being rather More complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have the bracelet, let's return to Sheshanoazu Spring. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up later. First, side quests. Say, aren't you the one who was stirring up fuss in town not long ago? Literally like 5 minutes ago. Could use a capable hand like yours if you'd be willing to lend it. The name's Tonazawa. I'm not from around here, truth be told. I live in... well... I'm visiting my grandson. I was excited to see him after so long. Then I spied him dealing with some unsavory-looking man, exchanging unusually large sums of money. I confronted him about what I saw, but he'll say little more than it's just a misunderstanding, then grumbles as he changes the subject. I realized this is sudden, but could you see if there's anything to be done to help him? He's in trouble, I just know it. Sure, I can do that. Always been lifted off my heart. Bless you, sir. His name's Zetakwa. Last I saw him, he was heading inside this here saloon. The Tonawat with a red cap pulled down over his face to cover those bruises, most like. You can't miss him. He's upstairs. Hello. A new face in town, eh? Well, what can I do for you? Think I'm in trouble, does he? There he goes, jumping to conclusions as usual. Thought it'd be less of a hassle if I didn't tell him. Truth is, I've been helping other folks in town with the money troubles. Matter of fact, the man you saw leaving just a moment ago is one of my clients. I should probably explain from the beginning. My work involves loaning gil to folks having trouble with coin for one reason or another. There is a reason I don't lend them Pell, but I'll get to that in a moment. My family's lived here long before there was ever a town here. But then people moved in and they started expanding. Before long, Kamaka's family approached us about selling our land. It was around the time when trade overseas was gaining in popularity. I had it on good authority that gil was on its way to becoming common currency here in the wilds, so I had to sell the land for gil and use those funds to start my business. Sure enough, everything went as expected, and the business is starting to do well. It's not without its troubles, seeing its money is involved, but I never lend to any unsavory types. Okay, that's good, at least. Why simply explain all this to your grandfather? The whole point of me keeping quiet was so I wouldn't make him worry. Seeing the silence only made things worse. Found himself in a slight tight corner once. Gil's what got him there, and now he wants nothing to do with the stuff. When I told him about my idea to sell the land, the moment Gil came out of my mouth, his whole mood turned sour. He said he put everything in my name. Whatever happens after that is on me. It's not exactly easy to bring up my work when it involves the one thing he seems to hate more than anything. But maybe it's time I change that. This job does more than just put food on the table. I'm able to help people, help this town. But how do I get him to see that? Some big project, probably. I've got it. You're gonna come and watch me work. Grandpa won't hear anything I have to say if it involves Gil, but he might come around to a first-hand account from you. So come and see what good my work does, and how I help the people here. He did send you here to help me, didn't he? I promise to make it worth your while. Sure, why not? Right then, before we get started, you should probably know who it is I'm working with. Sparks, at your service. Sparks, well, Sparks, our first job is to go and see a miner named Wakawas. He had a pretty bad accident on the job a while back, had no money for treatment or much of anything, really. So I loaned him the gil he needed to keep on his feet. But now it's well past time he returns what he owes, and he hasn't said a word. There isn't time enough for him to not only return back to work, but also receive his wages, several times in fact. Usually comes here into town when he's not working, and his shift ends soon. Meet me just outside town. If we're lucky, we'll catch him just as he arrives. Is this door open? Good. Before I go meet him, I'm gonna go ahead and get this quest over here. The Corn Servant! How good to see you. Keeping your belly full throughout your adventures, I hope. I try. The most terrible stomach rumbling drew me to this place. I'm afraid I cannot yet make my presence known to the people here. Might I beg your assistance? It is an otherwise strapping Tonawatan man in dire need of sustenance. If you would follow me. Corn Servant, away! Ah, I love the Corn Servant. It's such a cute little guy. Cute, silly little guy. Look at him. I hope we get our own one when we finish all the Corn Servant missions. Do you feel it? That foul wind sweeping across the wilds? Sends like this pain in my stomach every time I think about what I did. All I want is to get away from home and get out of inheriting that damn farm. I thought if I could find ceruleum out here, I'd strike it rich. So used every pelt in my name to buy mining equipment. I started digging, day in and day out, hoping to find something, anything to recoup what I'd lost. All I found since coming here is disappointment. Oh dear, he's suddenly gripped by deepest despair. What he needs is something to rekindle the flame of hope in his belly. This should serve. Corn roasted with the fiery passion that burns in my bosom. You have a bosom? Where? Roasted corn. Takes it back. Ma used to cook this stuff all the time. God, I was such a horrible kid. Never listened, always complained. But she loved me anyway. If anything happened to me out here, she'd... Come on, think about it. I should go home and apologize. Maybe see how I'm working those corn crops. Thank goodness we arrived when we did. The roasted corn served well to help remedy what ails him so. Left unchecked, his frustration may well have led to anger he could unleash on himself or others. With a full belly, however, he had the clarity of mind to remember what matters most to him, his family. The rumbling of bellies has ceased here, and so I believe it is time that I took my leave. Take care, my friend. I love the Corn Servants, the entire concept behind him. It's just so silly. And I look forward to seeing how the quest line actually ends for the Corn Servant. Because every area has at least one mission involving him. And I can't wait to see what they culminate in. I hope they culminate in something. You're here for the money? I was gonna be honest, I just mixed up the dates is all. Can't we sell this later? I'm busy. I know you're lying, Wakwas. And you're not going anywhere until you can look at me in the eye and tell me why you're late paying me back. He's obviously hiding something, but I'm not looking to start trouble. I don't suppose there's anything you can do to persuade him. Maybe a little flex to show him we're serious. A flex? Okay. Vanderville style. Oh. Guys, look at those arms. Those absurdly hardened neck muscles. Fine, fine. Just put all of that away. Aw, what happened? It's all here, and with interest. If you have the money, why go through all the trouble of avoiding me? When I was still on the mend, my lady friend took really good care of me, see? I wanted to buy her something fancy to thank her, and well... I understand, really I do. But if you really want to make her happy, you need to get your life together. I'm willing to give you a loan one last time, but we're going to have a long talk about how to manage your savings first. You're right, what good am I to her if I'm out on the street without a gill or even a pedal to my name? I'll give it some thoughts and we can talk later. There we go. You get your money back, and I can't blame him for wanting to show his appreciation to a loved one, but it's no excuse to get carried away with his spending. So what do you think of my job? The money I loaned him paid for his treatment and supported him through his recovery. That has to count for something, right? I'm still not convinced. Well, as always, our next client. When you're ready, we can be on our way. Next mission. Let's get back to it then. I should warn you, the next client I had in mind may be something of a hassle. He ran off in the middle of the night. I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Luckily for us, I heard from an acquaintance of mine that someone fitting his description was seen lurking around the Dawntrail Skygate. We're looking for a minstrel named Zemaship. Had Sarah with black hair, about the same age as me, and surprisingly shy. I'll meet you there. To the Skygates. It'll be nice when we can fly again in this area. Just need to complete all the side quests first. Naviship. Sorry, the name doesn't ring any bells. That's it. I think I saw young Hishtero head over to the other side of the trailhead. Boy looked upset about something. The man you're looking for, but you seem to be hot on their trail. Perhaps you'll have better luck searching outside the trailhead as suggested. Who are you? Yes, I said, but what do you want with me? You found him. Nice work, Sparks. Zitakwa, what are you doing here? Looking for you. Word around town was you were in a hurry to leave for Dawntrail. I'm afraid I can't let you leave just yet. You may not look it, but Zemaship is quite the popular minstrel. Or at least he was. It's been what feels like an age since last he wrote a song. He can only make so much singing the same old tune day in and day out. Ship came to me for help, and I gladly offered him a loan. It should have been enough to help him get by until inspiration struck. He hasn't gotten inspiration. But it hasn't, and with no money to pay you back, I panicked. Maybe if I sold my instrument, Those instruments are your livelihood. I can never ask you to do such a thing. Give him an extension. Here, give me your hand. Is he giving him more money? But I have yet to return what I already owe. What you need is to meet new people, see new places, experience more of the world than just... Well, a minstrel's inspiration doesn't just come from thin air, right? You're not wrong. All I could think about was how my songs weren't good enough anymore. How everyone was disappointed in me. My heart was so full with fear and anxiety. Guess there was no room left for music. So take that money and go to Dawntrail. And for the next month, I want you to travel. See everything there is to see. Find your muse and bring back a ship we all know and love. Thank you, Zitekwa. I won't let this guild go to waste. I swear it. Huh, there's a broken barrel right beside us. I'm surprised. He just gave them the money and then he may not come back. So what do you think? A job well done, wouldn't you say? Isn't it risky loaning money to people who run off like that? What did you expect me to do? I'm not a monster. Besides, I see this as more of an investment for the future. There's still one last client left on my list. One more opportunity for you to learn about my work. Ready? Good. We're off to see a young dancer by the name of Twamesi. She's pretty famous, with fans all across. It was a real shame when she had to quit on account of being so sick. The medicine she needed was expensive, to say the least, but I footed the bill. She reached out to me not long ago with the good news that she's not only fully recovered, but looking to start dancing again. There's going to be a comeback performance soon, but she asked me to stop by to discuss something beforehand. Can't imagine what, though. There's still plenty of time before she needs to make her first payment. In any case, let's go and pay her a visit. Off we go. Here's hoping that this person that we're going to see doesn't try and sleep with him to get out of her bill. This is a good start, actually, getting to see all this area. There are already people that can fly. No surprise. I am a bit behind with me doing a lot of off-camera stuff. Tidikwa, it's so good to see you. Oh, and you brought a friend. Well, let me get right to the point. I want you to help promote my upcoming show, and I want you to do it with dancing. Dancing? You can't be serious. A far more exciting alternative to standing idle passing around flyers, surely. I've seen how well you can dance after you've had a few drinks at the saloon. All the proceeds will go towards repaying my debt to you, with interest. So the more people there are in attendance, the sooner you can be repaid in full. And your friend here, he's not from Tyrol, is he? I've no doubt he knows a step or two that will draw the eyes of passerby, so what do you say? Well, friend, I hope you're wearing your dance shoes. Let's go and dance for the good folks. Let's go and garner what interest we can in the show and meet her afterwards. I can do that. Though I wish I could do more than one type of dance for it. Looks like those ones are inside the saloon. So I'll go do the ones that are outside and off a ways from it first. Reposing officer. Dance! Dance! Haha. Aren't I fancy? A dancer, eh? Not sure what we did to deserve this entertainment, but thank you. Oh, I see. I heard she retired after falling ill. We say she's back and planning a performance. We'll certainly not want to miss it. Also, yes, I did just notice that my chocobo's gone. I usually don't notice that it's following me or not. It's cute, but it's usually out of camera whenever I'm moving around. Well, there's the Pelu Pelu that we need to extract. Hello. Enjoy. Da-da, 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 da-da. Goodness, why do you deserve this performance? Let's promote the actual performance by a seasoned dancer. The comeback performance of a famed dancer? I've seen one of these shows before. Will it make a wonderful story to share when I return home? I'll have to stop by and see it. And then inside the saloon itself. Looks like the last person we need to see is upstairs. There we go. Do 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 do. That's some mighty fine footwork you got there. Reminds me of Tom Ezzy. Yeah, that's the point. She's coming back. A comeback show, really? No time for drinking, then we best get ready for the show. Oh, he looks exhausted. Did you have fun? She's drawn quite a crowd, even after all this time. Her fans adore her. I may have got a little carried away with my dancing, but he'll seem to enjoy it, which hopefully means more people are attending the show. Seeing as we have time before the end of our show, now might be a good time to tell you more about how I started this business. I said my grandpa found himself in a tight corner once because of Gil. That was a long time ago, before selling our land, before I was even born. Even when it was a little more than a sparse collection of shops, it still saw its fair share of trailsmen passing through. My father and grandpa made their living catching and selling game to them for Pell. Then one day, while trying to sell more game, a merchant told them that Gil would soon become the currency of choice in Shaloni, that they'd be better off exchanging all their Pell for Gil while there was still time. Let's see through the lies, they played into the scheme, trading away all their hard-earned Pell at horrible rates. With only paltry sum of Gil left to their names, they were at a loss. Then they met the woman who would eventually be my mother. She was deeply moved by their plight, and so she lent them the money she had been saving to start a new life in Tuliolol. You can't put a price on such an act of selflessness, which is why, when they learned what the savings were for, they opened their home to her until they could repay their debt. The three began a new life together. Years passed, and by the time the debt had been repaid, my parents had already fallen in love. It's a story my mother told me often as a child before bed, before they passed away. If not for my mother's kindness, I wouldn't be here, and all I've ever wanted was to follow in her footsteps. That's why I sold our land and started my business. Your mother would be proud. Don't you go waxing all sentimental on me now. Maybe I've said too much. Imagine it won't be much longer before Tom Ezzy is finished. Oh, and he's disappeared. Now we have to wait for him to respawn. There we go. Seems it'll be a while longer, so you don't have to wait here with me for Tom Ezzy. Besides, it's about time you return to speak to my grandfather. I think by now you've seen all there is to see of my work. Fairly sure I saw him over near the saloon, so go ahead and give him your honest thoughts about my work. I will, and I do think he's doing good work. Like, he's basically a bank. Like, being a moneylender is certainly not a bad thing, especially when he's being generous about, you know, repayments and such. You're back. Tell me true trouble. What sort of trouble has my good son been up to? Dealing in loans and swindling people out of their Pell, I'm sure. Gods, I thought we raised him better than that. You have it all wrong. He's been helping people. helping people? With Gil? Say he's over at the dance hall, right? Never mind, I need to see what's become of my grandson with my own eyes. I need to know he's alright. It should be fine if I observe from a distance, of course. To see his old bones and move fast as he is. You go on ahead, I'll be right behind you. Alright, just wait. You'll see. He's doing fine. The show was a huge success, thanks to no small part to your help. Here, as promised. Meh? This is far more than what we agreed on. I can't accept this. Oh, don't be silly. I only wish that I had more to offer. Somebody has tried to a bot just tried to post a message. Thankfully, Smart Detection caught it and blocked it. Yay. I don't have to actually deal with blocking the person who tried to send it. I could never have hoped to afford that medicine from Tuliolol. I had made peace with the consequences of that. Grim though that may sound. But you wouldn't hear it. You loaned me the money I needed for treatment, and here I am taking the stage again. A dream come true in every sense of the word. You've given me a second chance at life, and for that I'll be forever grateful. I think I've seen enough. He's gonna go talk to him now. Grandpa, what are you doing here? I wish to see what an upstanding individual my grandson's become, and thanks to the two of you, my heart is at ease. I carry so much resentment for those moneylenders. I assumed the worst when I heard about your job. I was blinded to the good you could do, and the people you could help, like your mother helped me and your father once upon a time. You reach out a hand to those who find themselves on the brink of ruin, and with the grace of care, you pull them back. I suppose I do. But I'm sorry I didn't talk to you sooner. I was convinced you'd be cross with me. I didn't know how to approach the topic without upsetting you. Always so considerate. This town could stand to see a little more of that. I'd like to hear more about your job, if that's all right. After you've finished work for the day, of course. Well, our business here is finished, so don't let me keep you. Go and put that extra gill I gave you to good use at the saloon. You're determined to see me keep it, aren't you? I suppose Grandpa and I have a lot of catching up to do. You go on ahead to the saloon. I need to speak with Sparks for just a moment. Aww. I'm glad I could help. This was a cute little story. Thank you again for all your help. I was more than a little shocked to see you here with Grandpa, but I'm glad we're finally able to talk. I owe you a great debt, Sparks. I'll go do my damnedest to try and repay it someday. If ever I'm having trouble with coin, I hope you'll think to call on me. I mean, I shouldn't need to. I have like 8 million gil, which is apparently like, what was it? 1 million pel is equal to 100 million Gil. So we'd be looking at so we've got like 80,000 Pel right now. Huh. That means that anything we go to purchase here, we just divide by 100. I think that's what the exchange rate is. If I remember it correctly when they explained it earlier. Oops. I went too far north. I was meant to be going to this destination. Meeting of the Spirits is what I need to go to. No, go away. I want to go over here and see what's going on over here. Bugger off! Shh. There, lost interest, finally. There's a merchant here. I want to talk to them and see if they sell anything good. Nope, nothing better than what I have equipped. Hello. Welcome, traveler. I wonder if, while you're out exploring, you might be able to do me a small favor. There's a cave network nearby where my daughter has gone to offer her prayers, but she's forgotten the all-important fish oil candle. I would take it to her myself, if it weren't for this terrible pain in my foot. Oh, it hurts something fierce, it does. Do you think you could give her this candle for me? Sure, I can go do that. Nice, simple quest. Concerned lass. Please, somebody help. Me and my brother were cloud fishing. We were attacked by a... What is that? He told me to run, so I did, but he stayed behind to fight it. He's still down by a cliff. If you hurry, you'll make in time. You'll go help him, won't you? Well, yeah, obviously. I will shoot whatever is trying to hurt him. And over here are also T-Rexes. Or... Loon Yukai... Ugh. I hate trying to pronounce things sometimes. I'm not good at pronouncing things, okay? Unless I hear it said aloud, I am not good at figuring out how things are meant to be said, just from how they're written. Ooh, one more enemy and we get a little boost to Flammy's XP. Well then. Hi there. Ah. I love the power we get from this weapon. Thank you. If you hadn't turned up when you did, I'd be a goner for sure. Better go let my sister know I'm alright. Besides, it ain't safe here, so I suggest you head back to town as well. Maybe I'll see you there. You'll definitely see me there, as I need to turn in the quest. But let's walk over. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, contemplative woman. Don't know why this guy is named if he's not going to be part of a quest line. He better come up soon. Something I can help you with? Yes, here you go. You came all the way to deliver this? I'm awfully grateful to you, and to my mom for realizing I'd forgotten to bring a candle. See, these caverns are sacred ground, where we come to pray to our ancestors, and the more recently deceased. These flames provide the living a way to commune with the dead. Thanks to you, I can light a candle of my own and say a little prayer. Since you're here, maybe you could stand before the flames and offer a few words to your departed loved ones. Doesn't matter where you're from. All spirits are welcome here, living or dead. I mean, sure. I'll do that. Offer a little prayer, because we have actually lost people in the course of the story. Some more shocking than others. Like, losing one of our original... two of our original Scion companions was surprising. Granted, one of them came back later, in a different form, but still. There we go. Good to see you again. So my sister is the one who sent you to rescue me. Looks like I owe my life to both of you. Truth be told, is the last thing I could say. Never mind being attacked by one. They must have expanded the territory or something, so I better stay away from the cliff tops for a while. That said, we make our living off the creatures we catch there, so we can't give up on cloud fishing altogether. Suppose the nearest safe spot would be somewhere near the bridge to Tuliolol, which is kind of far from here. Still, better than no fishing at all. Speaking of which, it's time to go snag us some more fish. Thanks again, Fred. Stay safe out there, you hear? I always stay safe. After all, technically speaking, nothing we've faced in this expansion has been more terrifying or powerful as what we faced in the previous one, from an in-universe lore perspective. Like, there is no way Valagarmonda was stronger than the End Singer. Like, that would be weird if they were. Welcome back. I'm guessing you were able to find my daughter? No doubt in her usual spot. She never was one to do things the easy way. You know, as much of a stickler for tradition as she is, she actually works for the railroad company. Still, got to hand it for her. She manages to work towards a promising future without losing sight of her roots. Sure, I'm proud of her, but don't tell her I said that, will you? No want her getting a big head or nothing. Well, I'd say me and that daughter of mine have taken up enough of your time. But it was awful nice meeting you. Thanks a million for helping us out. And thank you for the reward. With that, we're all caught up on quests in this area. So, I am going to head off and explore more. Haha. To the northeast. We can fast travel back there when we're done. I want to finish exploring and getting the last of the ether currents. Only got 2 left that aren't quest related. Might as well. No! No! Slowing me down by trying to attack me. Too bad for them, I'm too fast. Can't catch me! Mwahaha! I do want to upgrade my gear, though. As much as I like most of this outfit, I really do need to start replacing parts of it. In fact, yeah, I should play as this class in the level 90. Well, if we unlock, we're gonna get the level 97 dungeons soon, so I'm better off just glamoring things until I get the better gear from either a story quest or the next dungeon. Because the next dungeon will give me even better gear again. Alright, where's the ether compass guiding us? Somewhere to the north. Alright, keep going north. Give it a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still north. Should come into my line of sight soon, though. Don't see it. And still, there it is. See, I'm not the only one here for that. Alright, last one is to the west. We'll swing around this lake. Just because I don't feel like swimming across it. It's a nice area, though. Gotta have an oasis somewhere in a big deserty area like this. Oh look, they have adamantoises over here. Although this one's probably called something else. It's called a hawksbill. Yep, southwest. Probably somewhere around where the aetheryte is. Yep, definitely directing me in that direction. A little bit further to the south now. I see it. That's the last one in this area. We'll go sync with the aetheryte, and it looks like this is what this area used to be like, just a loose collection of tents. Alright, let's finish exploring the map, though. I know the story will probably take us to every corner of this map, but exploring it early just makes sense to me. Oh. Hello, is there an area that's only accessible by flight? Yep. Looks like we won't be able to get the thing for this area yet. Reminds you of the fact that I still need to return to Yaktel and visit its area that's only accessible through flight. Oh, look. Where does that go? Looks like it goes somewhere we can't go yet. Because the rail line will take us there. Ah, likely that's what this next quest is. Or a future quest. We'll find out, I guess. We've only completed half the area, after all. God damn it. Order to 11. I need the toilet, and I want to wrap things up soon, actually. Or maybe not. I might go till midnight and then spend my last hour before bed just, doing re-clears of a dungeon. We'll see how I feel. I'm gonna go into a be right back for now and mute my mic while I go to the toilet. So I'll see y'all in a little bit.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions, and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the 2 volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zapia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Something the matter?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first. Come on, no time to waste.